So, as you probably guessed by the title of this video, this is not an official Magic product we've got in our hands. As such, there will not be an affiliate link, mostly because these are not proxies. These are counterfeits. These are definitely intended to be passed off as real Magic cards. On top of that, the link is gone. The link is completely gone. As soon as I bought these, they delisted them. So these are just a box of proxies that I got off, or counterfeits that I got off Temu. And I'd gotten a similar product off of Wish, and I really wanted to see if the listing was going to, or the list of cards that I got in there was going to be the same, because it definitely is at least the same box, complete with the very bad stretched out Magic logo. So I'm also interested if we get the same misprints that we got in this last box, because in the last box we got a bunch of issues with a gauntlet. We got two gauntlets of Might that had misspellings on them, either misspellings or misprintings, and we also had a Pollencron that had a bunch of things wrong with it. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, no, I just find these things funny. They're like pretty terrible proxies in general. This paper definitely is visibly not what you're looking for when it comes to like Magic. It doesn't even like slightly feel like a alpha card either. These backs, they're kind of convincing on camera, I will say, but once you see them in person and really compare them to another Magic card back, it's pretty immediately obvious that this like isn't what it's supposed to. This isn't what it looks like. But we got a Time Twister for our first card. Time Walk after that. Don't know where you're playing that. Guess, I don't know, you might be able to pass that off to a vintage player in a case. An Anointed Procession. That's another thing that's really funny about these. This blue mana symbol, let's see if the camera will focus on it. It's pretty convincing, but then the white mana symbol, it's really bad. Got an Assassin's Trophy. This one, the black and the green mana symbol, if it focuses on those, terrible, honestly. Yeah, that green one especially, that's how I immediately can tell these. They also have the quote-unquote security sticker on there. These are not convincing. They're not even like slightly trying to be that pattern. It's just like a generic hollow like pattern to pass off at a moment's glance. So far I believe we got at least most of these cards in the last pack. I'm actually not certain if we got a Time Walk. Got a Chandra, Dockside, Finale of Devastation. I do remember all of these. An Amulet of Vigor. Yes, we did pull one of these because I definitely would not order that card on my own. It's very much a corner case weird card. Carp to Flowers, remember that. Cloudstone, for sure got that one. Earthcraft, I'm almost certain that I pulled this one. Right, so Dark Realms. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. I do not remember pulling this. It's also quite a good card. I might put that in my Varina list. I do run these at like non-tournament tables. Even honestly, I would run this at a tournament table. Just be clear on these aren't real cards, because I could see these tricking somebody. Path to Exile. Interesting that they didn't just go for a Swords with that one. I think a lot of people don't want to run Path. Force of Negation, of course, that's good. Green Suns, Hydroid Krasis, another interesting one in my book to make a counterfeit of, with X11 counters on it. Yeah, I have a friend who uses this as a win condition pretty consistently. Jet Medallion, I do not remember getting this one. Kindred Discovery, enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. Ooh, that's another one that should go in my Varina deck list. I'm surprised I don't have that one. Dictate of Erebos. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Expensive, but also could go in there. Concordant Crossroads. It's another thing that's pretty interesting. I don't know if these are coming up on... Oh yeah, they kind of are. These all have like some pretty bad scratching on them. Don't know if that would help or hinder passing these off as real cards, but honestly, some damage is always a little bit good. Concordant Crossroads. Can attack or use abilities. You have just haste. I think that has been eroded to literally just say all creatures have haste. Fork, of course, you're gonna want that in a mono red deck. Gilded Drake, good. Sakashima the Imposter. It's not the one that can be a commander, or it can be a commander. It's not the one that has partner. Phyrexian Obliterator, great mono black card. Oh, Kozilek. I'm almost certain that I didn't pull any Eldrazi in the last one. Keurig, Son of Yawgmoth. Yeah. Yeah, no, I believe these are new now. We'll say these also... No, these mana symbols seem to be pretty similar. I don't think any of the ones I got in the last pack had Phyrexian mana. They all still do have that really bad hollow sticker. Fewer 7 cards in the edge. Yeah, that's pretty good. Keurig is, of course, good. Monastery Minter. I can't remember what this does. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Just white token rush. Phantasmal Image into the battlefield. Oh, yeah. It's just an old clone effect. Prismatic Vista. Grave Pact. Cheaper Dictate of Erebos. Grim Monolith. It's an interesting one. Again, one that I just find weird that they're giving me a counterfeit of this instead of a, what is it? Basalt Monolith. Just seems like the lower power version. Grindstone. I mean, it's an okay card. I don't see why we're faking this one. Isochron. Goes in a lot of decks. Activated. Yes, that one's quite good. Training Grounds does go in a lot of decks. Reiterate. Similar boat to Fork. Razketh the Foul-Blooded. Very good mono black. Sapphire Medallion is Sapphire Medallion. Pretty cheap now. Smothering Tithe. Teferi Time Raveler. These ones I for sure got in the last pack. I got a Teferi's Protection. Loyal Retainers. I always forget that this card exists. Especially because it's that weird, uncomfortable era in the Magic art. Before you attack, you may put Loyal Retainers in your graveyard to take any one legend card from your graveyard and put that card into play. It's not bad. It definitely doesn't beat out a couple of the other cards I run in a lot of my lists. Minamu, School at the Water's Edge, or Mianamo. Very nice one. Mycosynth Lattice. Classic artifact play card. Deals damage to you, destroy it. I like that card. That shuts down Walking Ballista Winds. Treachery, definitely got one of those. Riku of Two Reflections, definitely got one of those. Again, just so strange to me that we're choosing these ones to make fakes of. Temporal Mastery, just an extra turn with the Miracle cost. First Sliver, oh. Not bad. Definitely didn't get that one. I got Thrasios and Tymna together. Nice. Definitely felt like the last one was a little bit less cohesive than this. Urza, but then this one has just like such weird replacements. Urza High Lord Artificer. That might be what happened, is that these different Chinese like counterfeit companies are all buying each other's products and swapping stuff out. That's why it might be why we have Grim Monolith instead of Basalt Monolith. Norod, good card. Ophiomancer. I've seen this card several times. I don't get why people think that is good. Maybe I'm just like not very good at identifying good cards, but I don't run Snake Tribal too. Painter Servant, like that. Copy Artifact, that's good. Trinisphere, Parallel Lives. It's Parallel Lives. Honestly, looks pretty good. Walking Ballista. Again, good card. Rain and 6. Yarok the Desecrated. Oh, that's pretty good. Academy Ruins and an Ad Nauseam. Yeah, like none of those are bad cards. I will say, if you're, for some reason, you wanted to pass these off as real cards, you definitely would want to start with these artifacts, because those mana symbols, man, they are not. They are just some random bullshit scribbled in the top right of the card. Yeah, no, you definitely couldn't play this pairing. Try to pass them off as real. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these guys in general, but it's always interesting. They're like $8. It's like you can play. You're getting like at least like a couple $100 worth of cards in them. You can play the artifacts for sure. You can play all of them, just at kitchen table magic. Yeah, definitely some interesting inclusions. I don't know. Assassin's Trophy is pretty good. It's definitely not CEDH. Time Walk. I mean, I'm always looking at this through the commander perspective, but it's like Time Walk. That's not even legal here. Sakashima the Imposter seems like the worst Sakashima to put in here. Gilded Drake, that's of course good. Fork is of course good. Like it's just an odd selection is what I think. Definitely some usable cards. Some cards I haven't heard about before too. Yeah, that is a review of a very strange non-official Magic product.